What's up, people? It's our edition of the New Breed Podcast, the world's best new metal adjacent podcast from two dudes who are really there. I'm one half of your hosting duo, Jay Horsecow. With me, I have my partner in crime, the notorious TIM Tim Minister Jr. Tim, how's it going?
Good,
That was
good.
all in one breath. Fantastic.
Yeah, I could tell
So,
it was
we're
getting rough.
doing a quick episode here, folks. We're not going to do the standard hour, and that's why we're releasing it on a non-standard day. This will be out probably on a Monday or Tuesday. So Tim and I wanted to take a brief episode, and when we talk about the topic, you're going to understand why we're keeping it brief. We're going to discuss the recently released Sick New World 2025 lineup. Las Vegas Festival grounds on Saturday, April 12th. All of these bands in one day. Tim, if you had to sum up your thoughts on this lineup in one word, what would it be?
One word?
Yes.
Oh, that's hard because it has to be two for me or three.
I'll give
Um,
you two. I'll give you two.
not not new.
Yeah, my word was going to be poop. I, I mean, it started as a new metal festival, hence the name Sick New World. And last year they had I thought it was an interesting mix of new metal, but also some of the up and comer stuff. Like they had a hardcore stage and a tent. Great. Like, good on you. This, this is not new metal. It's not new
This
metal. This
is
is just another loud music festival.
exactly. This is just another whatever they're called, fucking the 28 festivals they have in all over the United States
Louder,
now.
larger, louder than life,
There you go.
Rockville, like Rocklahoma. Like, and please, if you're a promoter and you want to come on and defend your picks or talk about it, that's fine. Please come on and talk about your picks. But for something that ostensibly started as a new metal show, I mean, you have Linkin Park on here, which with the new female singer, of course, they were going to show up. Evanescence, which I would argue is not new metal, right? That was rock radio that just happened to fall in at the end of new metal. Darren Malakian's band, okay. 3 Days Grace,
Two
right?
times. It
Why
says
does that
two
say two
times.
times?
Are they playing twice?
I don't know. I mean,
Like
that would
why?
be kind of that'd be kind of interesting. Which I mean, that's proto butt rock right there. And you've got Kitty on here. You've got um
Orgy.
Orgy. I guess
Static
they're trying.
X.
I guess they're trying to redo that last appearance they did where they
Ugh.
lip synced the whole time. So you've got Orgy, you've got Static X, you've got Mudvayne, right? But aside from that, there's some adjacent stuff from that era, right? So Sponge is on here. Um, Dope, another new metal band. Okay, I'll give them Dope. Glassjaw, 311 was adjacent, right? 311 was new metal adjacent. They were popping at the same time. And, and then you've got some weird throw-ins of like Sisters of Mercy, Stabbing Westward. Like these are industrial bands. And then you have like the Hives. Well,
Yeah. It's funny. They always say that Edsel isn't the singer of Static X, but they play every fucking show together.
just come out and admit it.
I
Yep.
just do it. We already know it.
Yeah. I don't I think this lineup is too all over the place for a supposed new I mean Metallica is the headliner. Like this is supposedly a new metal show.
How many
I
bands are going to be playing while Metallica plays? Fucking
I
three?
don't know. I mean, I good for them they pulled in Sisters of Mercy, right? Good for them. Um I mean Scowl's on it again. Weren't they on it last year?
Probably. Band's
I
terrible.
don't I don't like that band at all. And I think the most offensive thing on this entire flyer is Napalm Death as one of the last three bands mentioned. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I hope Barney gets up and terrifies some of these people. Everybody's talking about acid bath. Okay, I get it. But I and then you've got the throwback metal. You got Testament, you've got Mayhem, you've got Exodus, you've got Carcass, the Cradle of Filth. I will say Poison the Well showing up here is kind of a surprise, and it really, 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 really makes me wonder what the hell happened that they had to cancel their Philly show and then never rescheduled it. You
That's
know, like
pretty annoying.
they have not come through Philly and they've played everywhere else. But yeah, I'm really disappointed. I mean,
I'm looking
there's
forward to 3 Days Grace twice.
I do think I mean it's kind of cool that again it's kind of cool Napalm Death. But when you look at the bands that are at the bottom, there's only three or four bands that I can say I've never heard of, which is abnormal because last year there were a ton, which was cool. You had to go diving and go on Spotify and find some bands and stuff. Uh like I think the Birthday Massacre played last year. But I can count on one hand the bands I've never heard of. The one female vocalist did show up. You see that Amira Alfaki?
Yeah, that's actually really good.
Yeah, really, really good. I wanted to talk about that later. Quicksand, another old guy reunion band. Under Oath, old guy reunion band. Uh, Filters here, which is kind of cool. Good for them. Tomahawk, which is a Mike Patton noise
Mm.
extravaganza. Meshuggah. Okay, well, they're progenitors for a lot of the stuff that would normally be on this show. Cannibal Corpse. Right, you got Cannibal Corpse at the bottom and Napalm Death at the top.
Yeah, it's well,
And I
Napalm's
don't
at the
want to sound
bottom.
ranty. I don't want to sound ranty, but fuck you guys doing? Oh, but they booked
Flaming Lips.
Show Me the Body. Show Me the Body's on there, which is
Ugh.
I'm sorry, hot garbage.
Yeah.
Hot, hot garbage. The only reason hardcore kids like that is because they want to be difficult. He's got a
Difficult.
banjo. We got to be difficult, you know. Oh, it's kind of different. He plays the banjo. It's garbage.
It's
Sorry, it's
trash.
garbage.
I hate it.
Yeah. What's the band, Tim? What's the band next to Mayhem? X? Is that like the old school X?
It is. Hold on 1 second. It is Exene John Billy. It's a DJ. Yeah, well,
Is
now we're
it?
getting DJs. Terra.
No, it's the band X. It is the band X. That's the lineup right there. Terror's kind of cool. Um, Rendezvous, they are next to Stabbing Westward.
Fucking Scott Vogel telling everyone to fucking circle pit and
How do you have Napalm Death third from the bottom and you have a band like uh, I can't even say it. The more I stare at this thing, the more angry I'm getting. Like I don't understand what are you going for?
an acid bath on this as a reunion is absolutely crazy. Like what?
Yes,
Why don't you
yes,
put
it
them on like
nuts.
MDF?
Yes.
Like who the fuck is going here for acid bath?
The only thing I can think of is Phil Anselmo talked them into it from Down because Down's playing. He probably was like, "Yo, you guys should come." Maybe.
Ugh,
Now,
refuses. Ugh.
I would go see Refuse. The comeback album was great. The last album kind of left a little bit desired. I wonder if this is Ministry with Paul Barker because they're in
Yeah.
the studio right now recording, and Al said it's going to be the final Ministry album and it's with Paul. So maybe I don't know. Maybe
Oh,
they do something really cool.
he's doing the next one?
Yep, they're recording it together. Yep.
I
I
heard that
mean,
they're re-recording that old stuff.
that's possible. Possible. I mean, but Tim, we're gonna miss. I don't even know who I was gonna say trying to be funny. Not the Flaming Lips. Oh, we're gonna miss Sponge, Tim. Plowed into the sound, Tim. Plowed into the sound.
I'm very upset.
Deer and Gray. Okay, I get that. I get that. That's a new metal band. But
Aren't they like a
uh,
Japanese like newish
yes,
band?
or foreign. I think they might be. I don't know if they're.
I'm pretty sure they're like Japanese or some shit.
I don't
Look
know.
it
Let's
up.
find out. Deer and Gray. Deer and Gray is a band from. You are right.
That's
Japanese heavy metal band.
that's what I thought.
This
I know that
Rendezvous is a post-punk French band.
I was just
You
gonna
know
say
what? We're
something,
going to
but I
do an
won't.
episode where we're going to do our own Sick New World lineup.
Oh, that would
And
be
we'll say
fun.
25 bands tops. We each can book 25 bands. And
Each.
we'll put, yeah, we're going to put some rules around it where you can only have no more than two, maybe three reunions. We'll do tiers. So there's the big name tier, the mid level tier, the lower level tier, and then the unheard of bands. Um, yeah, we're gonna do our own episode. We'll schedule this for a couple weeks out. Where if we had to book this tomorrow, right, and not say like, oh, we're gonna have a snot reunion because Lynn Straight is alive, but if we had to book this tomorrow, what would we? What would you put together? What would I put together? And I'll actually break it down. I'll put the rules out there, and I'll actually put them out on through the show notes so we can tell people. But yeah, this is just really, really disappointing.
I don't know if they're like going for like I can't say like ticket sales kind of thing because weren't the ticket sales
It
good?
sells out every year. Every year it sells out.
Yeah, so like I don't really understand it, but I don't know. It's hard to like really. It's hard to guess what's going on here.
Yeah, it seems to me like this is Vegas's play to have one of the big music festivals that every other city is doing now. Rocklahoma, Aftershock. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's good bands on it. It's just
Oh, absolutely. But this is not a new metal festival.
yeah, you can't call yourself Sick New World now.
No, no.
Like, like, like if it's impossible because you have like Testament. Then it's like Terror, Mayhem. Like who's playing at the same time? Because then it's like pisses you off. Like, well, I want to see
Hmm.
Testament, but I want to see Mayhem and Corpse. Like, what the fuck? They're probably all playing at the same time.
And then you got Quicksand buried in there, right? I
Like
don't
no
get it.
Deftones.
I don't get it. I don't get it. If you're not going to get the Deftones, get Team Sleep.
Deftones is touring.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, you're right. They're out with who are they out with again? Fleshwater and
Mars Volta.
yes, yes. Ugh. Ugh. Not
Yeah,
bad.
it's
I
like
don't really care to hear from. Yeah, and I'm not trying to be a hate. Well, maybe I am being a hater. Fuck it, I'm being a hater. I think this is a trash lineup. I think this is just another heavy lineup. I don't think there's enough that differentiates itself from other festivals to make it worth my while. And again, you have 30 something bands in one day.
I mean, in one day, Metallica, Queens, Linkin Park. It's like that's
Each one of
wild.
those, each one of those bands could headline their own day. So could Gojira.
Yeah,
So could Cradle of Filth. Honestly, so could Glassjaw,
down.
Cannibal Corpse, Meshuggah.
It's like,
Yeah,
are they really putting Napalm Death on at like 10 a.m.?
yeah, they're going to be on at like 11:30. And if I was Barney, I'd be pissed
They must be
because
getting
he
paid.
interviewed. Maybe, but he influenced three-quarters of the bands on this list.
Yeah, you're right.
Last year I had terrible FOMO, and I kept thinking to myself, I should have went, I should have went, I should have went. This year I'm just like, nah, nah, and
Machine
I don't
Head's
get,
like that far down too is wild.
yeah, I don't get like where they're going because at least last year they had a hardcore lane where it was all hardcore and it was all the new up and coming metalcore stuff, right? And I don't know if this is your attempt at a mixed bill, you kind of fall flat because there's no deathcore on here, right?
Yeah.
There's no like truly abrasive heavy shit. So
What on here is representing the new too? You know what I mean?
nothing. I mean the Amira Elfiki, I guess. What is Vision Video?
I have no fucking clue. I honestly thought that was Void Division for a second.
That is a gothic pop post punk band.
Mm.
Okay.
I'll tell
All
you.
right.
You
Well, you
know what?
got
One band that's really good is the Birthday Massacre. Is actually really good.
yeah, that's not bad. I think I checked it out last year and really liked it.
What is the band next to Stabbing Westward? That's a circle thing. What?
Rendezvous.
Oh, okay.
7 hours after Violet. Oh,
Lebanon
this is the
Hangover or
7 hours after
Hanover.
Violet is that heavy band with Shavo from System of a
Oh,
Down.
didn't he just put a record out like Friday?
I think so. It's the singer from Left to Suffer, the
Mhm.
guitarist from Winds of Plague and American Idol, the drummer from Winds of Plague, and Shavo.
Hmm.
Intriguing, but no, no.
Is he in Scars on Broadway too?
I don't think so.
I've never even heard that band.
Lebanon Hanover is a Swiss British post punk. Okay, so that was the odd genre they were looking for this year. Post punk, a little bit weird gothic. Like that would be cool if they lean to the new metal and industrial gothic stuff. Get Sister Machine Gun, get KMFDM again, get Skinny Puppy, get um Die Warsaw, get I don't know, get
Ramshine,
what
however
was
the
that
fuck
other
you call
band?
them.
It began with God. The beginning of the name was God. They were always black and white. You get Bile.
Mm.
There's opportunity there, right? Whatever. All right, so I'm not going to sit here and rant for another 30 minutes. I'm just getting aggravated. So
Yeah,
yeah, the lineup for
we sound like a couple old fucking get off my
we
lawn people.
we sound like Statler and Waldorf from the Muppets show, the two old guys up in the booth just complaining. So yeah, well, thanks for joining the New Breed podcast, brought to you by Statler and Waldorf of the New Metal contingent. Sick New World is Saturday, April 12th, 2025. It's in Vegas. If you go, come on and let us know if it was any good. But you won't see Tim and I there.
Nope.
You won't see Tim and I there.
We were gonna do Psycho, but it that's not happening.
Kind of fell apart for this year. Maybe next year. I mean, the brand keeps passing around. Maybe eventually they'll do it again. Who knows? All right,
Although
everybody.
next year I think we're doing Milwaukee Metal Fest.
Yeah,
Apparently.
yeah. And that's not Memorial Day anymore, is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think Metallica is Memorial Day this year in Philly, and I did get FYA tickets.
Oh, did you?
So yeah, Dan bought 2 tickets, so we might go down. Why not?
He bought two, but you might go.
He bought two. He's like, hey, I bought tickets. We'll figure it out if we're gonna go or not.
Oh
Because if
well,
we
I
don't
mean,
go, you're good. Somebody will buy them,
what is that, $100 or something?
something like that, and probably a little bit more.
What is that, Tampa?
It's Orlando now. They moved it to Orlando because everybody complained about it being at a Jewish community center. So yeah, they moved it
Oh
to
my
Orlando.
God! Enough.
Enough, whatever. All right. So if you enjoy fucking Sponge, go to Sick New World. If you don't enjoy Sponge, don't go to Sick New World. Maybe next year they get back on the new metal bandwagon. Enjoy this episode. Maybe you like it. Maybe you don't. Two old guys ranting. New episodes every Wednesday at 12 p.m. New reaction vids every Friday at 12 p.m. New Breed _ podcast, Twitter and Instagram, newbreedpodcast@gmail.com. If you really don't like this episode, if you're a promoter and you want to talk shit, 267-297-4627. Please leave us a voicemail. Until next time, beat it.